Hi, in the next video, I would like to show you some progression drills in order for you to learn how to execute a tweener. A tweener is a spectacular shot that the player hits after being passed by a lob. The player chases the ball and hits it on the downfall between the legs while facing away from the net or the opponent. You might think that in order to hit a tweener, you must be a tall player. But if a 5'10" player like me can do it, you can do it too. The grip I recommend for hitting a tweener is either a continental or eastern backhand grip. In my case, I'm going to use a continental. So let's go ahead and study the progression drills in order to learn how to execute a tweener. So these progression drills mean that you will learn how to execute this shot by yourself without the help from anybody. All you need is your racket and a bunch of balls. So let's go ahead and move on to the first drill. So, like I said earlier, you're going to hold the racket with a continental grip. First drill, place a ball next to your right foot. So I'm going to teach this progression from the point of view of a right-handed player. Left-handed players just do the opposite. So if I place a ball, for example, in this case, next to my right foot, you're going to place it next to your left foot. Like I said before, place a ball next to your right foot, hold the racket with a continental grip, and beginning with the edge forward. By the way, I'm with my back towards the net, as you can notice. We start with the racket on the edge, and from here, you see that the head, by the way, is at the same level with my eyes. I'm going to lower my racket with the edge first, and as I approach the ball, I'm going to pronate, which means turn my forearm inward and push the ball behind me. So this is the first drill that I would like you to learn. Again, place a ball next to your right foot, start with the racket and continental grip, swing down on edge, and as you get closer to the ball, pronate and push the ball. All right, so this is the first drill that we learn. Racket high, lower it with the edge, pronate and push the ball. All right, after a while, we'll just make it a little faster. There you go. So let's go ahead and do 3 more. You can do, I would say, at least 15 repetitions, right? So with the edge, cut the air with the edge and pronate and push the ball behind you. So this is going to be the first drill of our progression. There we go. All right. So what we learn is we learn how to swing down with the edge and pronate just before hitting the ball. For the next exercise, just like before, I have a basket of balls next to me. Hold the racket with a continental grip. What I will do, I will let the ball bounce from waist level a little bit off to my right. And as the ball bounces and comes off the ground, I will swing down with the edge. And as I approach the ball, I will pronate. The result is a swing through the ball and sending it behind me. All right, so let me demonstrate. So let the ball bounce next to my right hip, and as it comes off the ground, I'm going to swing down on edge and pronate just before making contact, sending the ball behind me. All right, so even if you let the ball bounce a bit behind you, it's even better. The idea is for you to learn how to swing down on edge and pronate before making contact. I'm going to do this a couple more times. But you feel free to do it, like I said, at least 15 times, just to make sure you feel comfortable with swinging down on edge and pronating before making contact. For the third drill of this progression, you see I'm getting closer to the service line, still having the basket of balls next to me, holding the racket with a continental grip. In the previous exercise, I was letting the ball bounce next to my right foot and sending it behind me. This time, I will let it bounce from a waist-high level in front of me, and as the ball bounces, I will step forward with my left foot so that the ball ends up being just close to my left foot. And as I will swing, my right foot will come forward too, so that the contact is down between my legs, slightly behind me. So again, the steps are like this. The ball bounces in front of me. As I do that, I step forward with my left foot, and then as I swing, my right foot comes forward too. By the way, all this explanation that I'm doing is, again, from the point of view of a right-handed player. If you're left-handed, whatever I say, you do the opposite. So if I say step forward with my left foot, you're going to step forward with your right foot, and so on. So again, from waist level, I let the ball bounce in front of me. As the ball bounces, I step forward with my left foot, and then as I swing, my right foot comes forward too. Allow me to demonstrate. So the ball bounces in front of me. By the way, hold the racket with a continental grip, edge forward. You see the back is to the net. So I let the ball bounce, step forward. That's it. So I'm going to explain again. As the ball bounces, I step forward with my with my left foot. And as I'm ready to swing, my right foot comes forward. So here we go. Pay attention. Bounce. There you go. So learn this, this exercise. Left, right. Okay? Now, try really hard to, I'm trying to swing down with the edge and just pronate before making contact with the ball. So once again, racket in front, edge forward, step, there you go. So left foot, right foot. Once again, the ball bounces, step forward with the left foot, and as you swing, right foot comes forward. One more time, bounce the ball in front, left, right. Good. So this is going to be your third exercise in this progression. Do it at least 15 times until you feel comfortable with it. All right, so we are ready to step it up a notch and make it a little bit more difficult. Obviously, it's going to get harder as we get close to our final point, which means hitting a tweener. Now, again, I have the basketball balls close to me. I'm going to push it a little bit further away. So earlier, I was just tossing the ball in front of me. I was tapping with my left foot, and then as I was swinging, my right foot comes forward. But this time, we'll make it a little bit more interesting. And I will toss the ball in front of me, not too high. I would say keep the height of the toss about waist level. And I will try to time my step so that just my left foot comes close to the ball, and before I swing and make contact, my right foot comes around. So let's give it a try. So again, I toss the ball in front of me, and just before making contact, I step over with my right foot. So the steps are left, and as I swing, right comes forward. All right. Ideally, again, you should be swinging with the racket edge down and then pronate as you make contact. By the way, if you feel more tentative and you don't want to hit yourself, which is understandable, you can let the ball bounce twice, and hit it after the second bounce. So watch. I'm just going to give an example. So let the ball bounce 1, 2, and then swing. All right. So let it bounce twice in the beginning until you feel more comfortable with it. But because I practiced it a little bit, I'm just going to let it bounce once. So toss the ball in front, time your step so that the right foot comes forward as you swing. So again, time your steps, left foot gets close to the ball, right foot comes forward as I swing. Ideally, the contact should be down between the legs and slightly behind me. So let's go ahead and give it a try one more time. Okay, left foot, right foot. There you go. Let me just do one more. By the way, like I said, you can do it at least 15 times or until you feel comfortable. So toss the ball in front, left foot, right foot. All right, go ahead and practice this. Now it's becoming even more interesting because we are getting close to hitting a real tweener. So for this step, I will back up closer to the net. Still, my back is towards the net. I will toss the ball in front of me a little higher and try to time my step so that just as I get close to the ball, my left foot gets planted, and then as I swing, my right foot comes forward. So as I swing, I want my right foot to come forward, and the contact ideally would be with the ball between my legs. So let's go ahead and give it a try. So I toss the ball up in the air, left foot, right foot. I'm assuming I got the ball over, obviously. Looks. So toss the ball in the air, left foot, right foot. You see that? So I plant my left foot close to the ball, and then as I swing, the right foot comes forward. It's all about timing your steps. Again, toss the ball in front. There you go. And one more. Obviously, this is a little harder. It requires a better timing. That's why you should spend more time on the previous steps before doing this one. Toss the ball. There you go. All right, we are getting very close to hitting a tweener. Now here we are at the final step of hitting a tweener. For this one, you need to learn how to hit a lob to yourself. Like I said, this progression is all about learning how to execute this particular shot by yourself without the help of anybody. So in order to hit a tweener, you have to feed yourself a lob first. For that, you're going to get close to the net, hold the racket with a continental grip, have balls ready, and the way I do it, the way I feed myself a lob is I toss the ball in the air and I tap it with my racket over my head. From here, I turn to the left and chase it. Now, very important, I want to recommend this. If you're a right-handed player, as I said before, a tweener is a shot that the player hits after getting lobbed. Now, to get to the ball faster, I recommend, if you're a right-handed player, to turn always to the left. So I feed myself a lob and I turn to the left. In this way, I have my racket set up to hit that return, or in this case, tweener. So let's go ahead. In order to hit a tweener, I'm going to feed myself a lob by holding the racket with a continental grip, tap the ball over, turn to the left, and chase it. Next, I'm going to show you exactly how to hit the tweener.